The Jackal heeded Stone Cold's urgent call, even though his summons eclipsed my PI surveillance.
We're trying to revoke Sonny's bail at the arraignment. We may have to break him out.
And what is the timetable for this most perilous undertaking?
Within the hour.
With all due respect, Your Honor, this is an arraignment, not a trial. Mr. Corinthos has been charged with murdering his wife. If he's convicted, he may spend the rest of his life in prison. Detective Falconeri can speak to the millions stashed away in various offshore accounts, which makes Mr. Corinthos a serious flight
Objection,
risk.
Your Honor. She's speaking for her client.
Miss Davis, don't make me throw you out.
Your Honor, again, with all due respect, Detective Falconeri's testimony at this point in the proceedings would be prejudicial to my client. Detective Falconeri has a thorough knowledge of Mr. Corinthos' holdings.
She's doing it again.
Thereby
So are you, Miss Davis.
Now, I can understand why my esteemed colleagues don't want Detective Falconeri to testify. He is the one person who can put Mr. Corinthos where he belongs before, during, and after the trial. Behind bars.
If the judge revokes bail, we're going to have to grab Sonny, get him to Canada, and then put him on a plane to South America.
All right, well, can you shut down the red lights from the courthouse to the highway to give us a straight shot?
Yes, temporarily.
Okay, and then we are going to have to grab Sonny in front of the courthouse.
See, surely the authorities won't take Mr. Stone out the front.
Then get me a layout of the courthouse, okay? And if you have to, you're going to have to seal the side doors because we need to make sure Sonny comes out the front.
Okay, no doubt Stone Cold realizes that if Mr. Sir takes flight, it is an implied admission of guilt.
Spinelli, these are Sonny's orders. It's just my job to make it happen.
Your Honor, I realize that I'm not officially on this case, but to try this case, an arraignment could not only poison the water, it could set the stage for an appeal.
I'm sure you're familiar with my appeals record.
Your Honor, I am. Your appeals record is very low.
Should we at least entertain the notion that I know what I'm doing?
I apologize, Your Honor, but she is still in...
That's it. Miss Davis, you can immediately step up as co-counsel or you can leave the courtroom. You got 5 seconds.
I've already been offered to act as co-counsel.
And I will gladly accept your offer if you will agree to join my firm.
3 seconds.
Okay, fine. All right, I'll join your firm.
Welcome aboard. Your Honor, getting back to the matter at hand, may I please question Detective Falconeri?
Your Honor, bail has been set. Mr. Corinthos has done nothing to indicate that he's a flight risk.
That may well be true, but Ms. Walsh has every right to ask that bail be revoked. I need more information before I can make a decision. Ms. Walsh, you may call Detective Falconeri to the stand.
The Jackal has tagged various security cameras along the proposed escape route.
Okay, be ready to shut those down.
Yeah, consider it done.
Okay, I'm going to take a car to the courthouse. I'm going to wait outside Spinelli. You need to stay here because the feds are crawling all over the place, and Agent Rayner is back.
Well, Agent Rayner is the reason the Jackal developed an entirely new level of firewalls and information scrambling software, and a new appreciation for humility.
Just be careful.
Well, how can I help?
I need you to be the decoy.
She's going to ask Dante how he got shot. Let her. If Dante changes his story, he perjures himself, which opens the case for reasonable doubt, which might lead to a mistrial.
All I want is for you to protect him. That's it.
You can't have it both ways, Sonny. No, I cannot protect you simultaneously with the man who's testifying against you. You cannot let the judge find out that you shot Dante. You might get the case thrown out or have him revoke bail.
I hate to interrupt, but if you could join us.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
I apologize for the delay, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Would you state your name for the record?
Detective Dante Falconeri.
Have you ever gone by any other name?
Yes, Dominic Pirelli.
Why is that?
Because I was working as an undercover officer for the New York City Police Department. My assignment was to infiltrate the Corinthos organization.
Your Honor, I would like at this time, since I will not have an opportunity to question Detective Falconeri, to point out that it is only fair to remind the court that he has since resigned from the NYPD.
Fair enough. Proceed.
You are now a detective with the Port Charles Police Department. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you got this job in part because of your outstanding work as a detective for the police department. Isn't that true?
I can't really speak to that.
Objection, relevance.
Move it along, please.
While working for Mr. Corinthos, did you come across any funds, offshore or otherwise?
Objection. Again, Your Honor, Mr. Falconeri is not an accountant or an expert in finance in any
I'll
way.
take it into consideration. Answer the question.
Yes, Mr. Corinthos has access to a great deal of funds.
As evidenced by the exorbitant bond that my client has already posted. Infiltrating the Corinthos organization took courage, Detective Falconeri. Mr. Corinthos is a very dangerous man.
Objection, prejudicial.
I'll overrule, but be careful, Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor. You came straight here from the hospital, is that correct?
That is correct.
And why were you in the hospital?
Objection, relevance.
I'll allow.
I was recovering from a gunshot wound
And where were you when you got shot?
in the living room of Mr. Corinthos.
Tell us what happened.
Objection.
Whatever the decoy is, it's just got to be simple.
All right. You got the route set up?
Yeah, affirmative. Once Mr. Sir is in the car, Stone Cold will drive him to the Canadian border, switch cars, and then get him to the private airstrip. The plane is already waiting.
The De Leons have agreed to set Sonny up in South America.
And then what?
Then we forfeit everything that we put up for Sonny's bail. I mean, it's a coffee company, Sonny's compound, and this place.
Actually, my concerns were more immediate. What happens if you get stranded in Canada or arrested while coming home? I mean, what good is it to save Mr. Sir if you end up in jail?
Your Honor, how Detective Falconeri got shot has no bearing on the issue at hand.
Mr. Falconeri has already given his statement to the police, as Ms. Walsh well knows.
How does any of this affect your request for revocation of bail?
The conditions under which Detective Falconeri was shot may increase the risk of Mr. Corinthos leaving the country.
Which he hasn't done so far, and Mr. Falconeri made that statement some time ago.
Well, he may want to elaborate.
Oh, of course. Well, if Ms. Walsh feels that her own witness is being misleading or unclear, well, then by all means continue.
What are you doing?
The facts are clear. When Detective Falconeri attempted to arrest Mr. Corinthos, he was found shot and bleeding on his living room floor.
After which my client called an ambulance.
The more you argue, the more I want to know what Detective Falconeri has to say. I'll allow you to proceed with this line of questioning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Falconeri, when you were recovering from emergency surgery, you provided your first statement, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And I assume you were heavily sedated.
I knew what I was saying.
Do you want to add any additions or clarifications to your original
Your
statement?
Honor, she's leading.
You have one chance to ask a fair question.
Detective Falconeri, we can all be fair here and say that you were shot on the afternoon of January 29th in the living room of Mr. Corinthos. And I don't think I need to remind you that you are under oath. And I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Who shot you?